present this jersey to Wali Area Council as our contribution to handball grassroots development. And we are presenting this jersey. It's just our own contribution to bringing out handball players from the grassroots in our little Tokyo. As our own contribution for the development of handball in the area council.
This jersey is from one of my favorite teams. Ranika Lovin, they're called the Young Lions.
Hand to hand.
1, 2, 3.
Hand to hand.
Please, yellow. Wait.
Be physically and mentally fit, which you are. Keep on doing this. I will continue to support you guys. We have to do this. You guys put it on now, and we can go back. Thank you very much. Let's call the coaches back. All the coaches for all.
Good to have you back on the show. There we've been talking about handball development and also sport development in Nigeria. And really, it's a good one to have Nigerians coming back anywhere they are from the whole world trying to develop sport in this country. Really, sport can really change a lot of things. And that's why we have in the studio, in person of Richard Agbonifo, ex-international handball player, who right now is making sure Nigerian kids, Nigerian children out there get necessary support that they deserve while they do their schooling and also go into sport. Good to have you, Richard Agbonifo.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, you just saw there sharing training kit and all that. First of all, let's know about how this actually come about.
Yeah, first of all, it came about when I came one time on holiday back to Nigeria to watch a handball game, and I saw that there's a lot of talent in Nigeria, but nobody is helping them succeed in life. And this was what actually sparked the reason for me to start this foundation in Germany and also in Nigeria to help kids grow, help them in the smallest ways to grow. The things we think are small are actually big. For example, the training kits they need, the support from transportation to training, and also for the competitions, also getting them to competitions, and of course, education, which is it's a very, very key part of sports also. It goes hand in hand. One doesn't come and the other one doesn't go. So it goes hand in hand. Education and sport goes hand in hand. So I decided, yeah, what can I do to help my own country? Because people think, okay, I left for Germany, I forgot. No, I know that my country needs help. So I said, okay, let me do something and hopefully others will follow suit.
Now, looking at these kids, I can see how happy they actually are getting to wear jersey, getting balls and playing together as a team. When you were like this, I remember you play under 12, one of the foremost under 12 in FCT.
Yes.
How was it?
It's funny you said that because when I was playing handball as under 12, I only had one shoe for like 2 years, and I had one sports shoe for like 2 years, and I had my socks, which I was using. I keep on telling the story for a year. So when the socks has holes, I get another socks and wear 2 or 3 socks just to make sure I have the socks to wear. It's not that my mother was poor or that we don't have anything. It's just that here in Nigeria, we lay emphasis on other things and think sports is for people who don't have anything to do or people who are not intelligent. But that's not the fact, because sport helps the mind, spirit, and the body. So if you are fit physically, the chance that you're going to be fit mentally is like 80%. So that's why even in Europe and everywhere else in the world, they teach their children from the age of 5, 6 to go out and do sports. So this is for me. This is for us at that time, or even now, we did not have any support. I would say, unfortunately, also from our sports councils, from our area council, there was no support. They just want to see us playing, and kids don't need much. They don't need salaries. They just want to play. They want to play handball and their talent. And if we can use our chance and the channel what we have to channel this talent, which we are already actually #1 in the world when it comes to sports, because we are doing our sport for other countries. But the most talented players are Nigerians doing it somewhere else. But we can just bring them here, grow up the talent we have, we can be able to build a very, very physically fit and mentally fit children.
When you mention the best in the world, a lot of Nigerians, what you're trying to say that they have a lot of Nigerians who are competing for England, US, Germany.
Exactly.
One of the best. But because they are not competing for Nigeria, we don't know them.
Exactly.
Now, I saw there some para-handball players. They call them special players. You also trying to reach out to them.
Yeah, I'm trying to reach out to them. I got emotional meeting them, talking to them, you know. The thing is that I know how the stigma is in Nigeria. People are quite afraid of them. They don't know what they are because they are not physically complete like everybody else, but they are physically, mentally complete. They are talented guys. All they need is just support. What they asked me for, I talked to them. The only thing they asked me for were the rollerblades. They didn't where they sit, because they do it themselves. So all they asked for was the rollerblades. And in the moment I thought to myself, I get these kits and get these jerseys, I get these things from Germany. All I have to do is go to the clubs in Germany and say, hey, do you guys need those blades? They'll say, oh, we don't need it. Okay, fine, we'll get you some new ones. And that is what I'm going to do. Go to Germany, get those blades, send it to them. And all I do, they put the boards on it and they have their kits. We also assist them when it comes to training. And I will try to get as many handicapped. I said this word. Handicap is not a good word to use for it because they are not handicapped. Para, exactly, because
athletes.
Because they are so emotional. They are so physically. If you see them play, they move very, very fast. They are very, very talented. So if we can get as many of these guys who are just instead of sitting down on the street
or begging,
get them into sports.
Para soccer, para athletes, para handball.
Exactly. You see competitions. The only reason why we would not have a chance to make them compete on that day was because of time, time constraint. If not, we would have put them so that we have a video and we will show. And this is what we are going to do in future and encourage them. And I am really impressed with what I saw with them. And we're going to keep on encouraging them.
Now, when it comes to these kits that you share for these kids, I saw that you have about 5 area councils that attended the event. That's Kuje, Kwali, Abaji, Amak, and
exactly.
Buhari. And
Buhari, exactly.
Well, getting these kids together, all you needed to do was to reach out to the
area councils, to the coaches, to the area council and to the coaches, because we in the handball world, the members of my organization, of my foundation, are mostly handballers or athletics guys, or from all over the world, from all other sports. So they know the inside of sports. So we know the inside of sports in Nigeria. If I want to say, okay, I want to give jerseys to Edo State handball players, I know where to find them. I know who to call to get them. In any sport in this country, we can find them and give them assistance if they need some. But what we need is also the help of Nigerians also to do this. We have to also make Nigerians understand that sport is important. It takes you out of your daily life and puts you somewhere where you are just you and your team, or just you alone. If you're playing table tennis, it's just you sweating it out, just to do your stuff. And if you can get people to just understand that there are other ways to live. They're just grinding and just trying to make it from A to B. There are other ways to lead. There are other ways you can also make it. And sports is a very, very good way to do it.
Good one. We've been talking with Richard Agbonifo, ex-international handball player who has really trying to develop sport in Nigeria. We're sharing kits with the young ones out there, under 12, under 15, and even under 18 in the FCT. 5 local area councils where he actually did this just to help develop sports in Nigeria. Now, before we wrap it up, let's look at Nigerian sport, grassroots sport development. Which way do you think we can get it better? Because a lot of people have been talking, but let's hear from your own view.
My own view is if we just stop being selfish. That's just the truth. We are selfish. Whenever we get to a position which we know, or if it's politics or anywhere, when we get to a position, the first thing we do is, how do I make myself rich in this position? How do I get for myself in this position? And if you go with any mindset into anything you are doing, it's already a lost cause. Everybody I have in my foundation, I told them, first of all, you're not here to make money, you're here to help. We have an interview with them. What do you want to do? What do you want to do for these kids? And when we know, okay, these guys are really serious about do something for the kids, we let them in. All I can say for the sports association, for the sports councils, for our federation as a whole, don't think of yourself. Think of the children. Think of the athletes. Think of what you can do to improve the lives of these athletes. If you can do that, just be selfless. If you can do that, when the kids improve in life, you will get something from it. Just to know that we have kids in our scholarship program. If I just quickly say this now, in our scholarship program, we help kids to go to school, education. Kids, we pick from them from the streets, who the parents cannot do anything to help them to school. We pick them from the streets, help them to go to school, give them training kids, pick a sport. They go to school and do sports, and we make sure that they don't hawk again. We make sure that they don't go to work again. Yeah? So the thing is that what we're trying to do is, education is very, very important. If you can add this education to sports and make the, kids, they don't need much. Government gives a lot of money for sport development. It's not just the money. All you need is transportation, competition, and that is that, and training kits, and that is all for the first time. I was surprised. Some area council said to me, "Thank you for the jerseys. All we need is ball." They are playing handball, but they don't have ball. They are playing basketball, but they don't have ball, and they are playing for the area councils. So you ask yourself, area council, what are they doing there? A sports organization that don't have the sports amenities, what are they doing there? So if they just have that, kids will come out to play. I was going to training when there was nobody there. Take my handball, trek from area 1 to area 10 with my ball in the hand. When I finish training, I go back, I bounce my ball, I go home. Sleep with my ball as a pillow. Kids do this all the time. All they need is they just want to play. And if they want to play, and that is the best way, bring up a child the way it should grow. And when it grows, you never depart from it.
What a word there coming from Richard Agbonifor, who has been talking about how we can get it right concerning Nigerian sport development. We need to focus on the youth, the young ones there, by being selfless. Make sure whatever position you are holding concerning administrating sport, just do well. Make sure you develop sport in Nigeria. We need to get it. We have a lot of talent, nooks and crannies across this nation, and we can get the best out of it. Coming from Richard Agbonifor, who really has tried his best to make sure he develops sport and also help kids to go back to school. Right now, sharing kits to them in handball across different local councils in Abuja. Well, I want to appreciate your time for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm Adeni Ajishafe. Sport is always business and fitness. Thanks for watching.